Conservative sweep to Australia election victory vertical bracket Fox News. Fox News Digital Network. Fox News. Fox Business. You Report. Fox News Radio. Fox News Latino. Fox Nation. Fox News Insider. Login. Account. You're logged in as. Profile. Log out. Search site. Listen to Fox News Radio live. In air now. In air personalities. Home. Video. Politics. U.S. Opinion. Entertainment. Tech. Science. Health. Travel. Lifestyle. World. Sports. In air. Previous slide. Next slide. World home. UN. Conflicts. Terrorism. Disasters. Global economy. Environment. Religion. Scandals. Regions. Conservative sweep to Australia election victory. Published September 7, 2013. Associated Press. September 7, 2013. A man, left, intrudes as Tony Abbott, third right, and his daughters Frances, second left, Louise, second right, and Bridget, far right, and his wife Margaret, third left, come to the stage to celebrate Tony's election victory in Sydney following his win in Australia's national election point app. Canberra, Australia and Australia's Conservative opposition swept to power Saturday, ending 6 years of Labour Party rule and winning over a disenchanted public by promising to end a hated tax on carbon emissions, boost a flagging economy, and bring about political stability after years of Labour infighting. I know that Labour hearts are heavy across the nation tonight, and as your Prime Minister, and as your parliamentary leader of the great Australian Labour Party, I accept responsibility, Prime Minister Kevin Rudd said in a speech to supporters, after calling opposition leader Tony Abbott to concede defeat. I gave it my all, but it was not enough for us to win. A victory for the Conservative Liberal Party-led coalition comes despite the relative unpopularity of Abbott, a 55-year-old former Roman Catholic seminarian and Rhodes Scholar who has struggled to connect with women voters and was once dubbed unelectable by opponents and even some supporters. But voters were largely fed up with Labour and Rudd, after a years-long power struggle between him and his former deputy, Julia Gillard. Gillard, who became the nation's first female prime minister after ousting Rudd in a party vote in 2010, ended up losing her job to Rudd 3 years later in a similar internal party coup. The drama, combined with Labour reneging on an election promise by imposing a deeply unpopular tax in the nation's biggest carbon polluters, proved deadly for Labour's re-election chances. In his concession speech, Rudd said he would be stepping down as party leader. The Australian people, I believe, deserve a fresh start with our leadership, he said. Former Labour Prime Minister Bob Hawke blamed the party's loss in its inability to unite. This is an election lost by the government rather than won by Tony Abbott, he told Sky News. With more than 90% of votes counted late Saturday night, official figures from the Australian Electoral Commission showed the Liberals ahead 53% to Labour's 47%. The coalition was on track to win 91 seats in the 150-seat House of Representatives, and Labour 54. Abbott, who becomes Australia's third Prime Minister in 3 months, will aim to end a period of extraordinary political instability in Australia. The swing away from Labour was a resounding rejection of Australia's first minority government since World War II. Voters disliked the deals and compromises struck between Labour, the minor Greens Party and independent lawmakers to keep their fragile, disparate and sometimes chaotic coalition together for the past 3 years, including the carbon tax. Abbott has vowed to scrap the carbon from July 2014, 2 years after it was implemented, and instead introduce taxpayer-funded incentives for polluters to operate cleaner. It is unclear whether Abbott will be able to pass the necessary law changes through Parliament, but he has threatened to hold early elections if the Senate thwarts him. Abbott's popularity seems to have peaked at